So something that people don't really notice about top lane either, it's really interesting, and it's more noticeable in higher elos, the way players react to each other. Wherever you're standing in the lane, your counterpart is almost always, especially range laners, going to play diagonal from you. So if you're playing bushes, this person always stays here. If you're playing bush here, this person always plays here. And if you switch the roles, they're going to do the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So we just want to have, basically by having these bushes, we have more lane control than he does, when he should have more control by being ranged. So it's just like basically a tip for ranged laners, and also just in general is having that diagonal play style. You're just gonna notice it. You're gonna notice it more now that I've said it, that'll always happen. But it's a good way to set up ganks too. Like imagine if you're about to get a gank, but you decide to position here. Like if you position here, then there's no way to get a gank because he's gonna position up here. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So once you know that your jungler's coming, this is when you would start to like bring your way up, and then he's gonna walk this way to avoid you, and then be more gankable. This is a good slide parry, identifying how long it's going to take for him to get there. Now, obviously, there was a little bit of a gap, so we used our flash E, which is really nice because we can see movement speed goes from 337 all the way down to 236. A lot of people don't realize that's a secondary slow that you have in your kit, so you can always use that. So kind of huge. We get the second slow there, and then we get the kill. So that's my second point on those notes, so that was a good play. That is utilizing Fiora's kit to the maximum and making sure that we understand her fully. So that's a very good mechanical play. And now, obviously, in this situation, we didn't do anything. Just like keep a heads up whenever you are playing into a lane phase. Just because you have a lead doesn't mean that you're going to win this fight here, right? Because he has so many minions, and especially with a level up. Typically, it's not worth it to take trades into this because you'll just lose all your HP, and then you're going to have to get rid of your teleport for free. So missing a minion or two is much more worth it, and just allowing this to push back to you, which we did, which is good. So then we can look for a play once we get our wave push back out. Then we can use our lead once we get the wave under our control again, which I think that we do actually. This play is another one here. So we always want to block escape no matter what. So I understand, even if the vital was on the other side, it doesn't matter. We still want to try to block his escape. Meaning that we wouldn't queue anywhere besides however he would get away, right? So we would always go this way. Because what would it matter if he goes down, right? I'd rather you miss the queue going to the left than miss the queue going down. Because if you miss queue going down, then he walks away. If you miss queue going left, then you just cut him off and walk down with him, right? So always just cut off the escapes. It's the same mindset, or yeah, same mindset as how you would hit vitals, right? On ulti is by like block or getting the easier to defend ones first. We still end up getting this kill, which is great, but it's because he's just greedy. He should just recall, but a big mistake from him. And basically, this is where we kind of just should take over the game, which we do, which is great because this is what you should do once you get a 2-0 lead, especially into like somebody like Gnar. This is another point that I wanted to make really quick, just because we were a little indecisive, and I just don't know if I was here or not, if we would go for the plate or if we would reset. So here, what are we looking at here? We see team has control. We've got 3 people on Dragon doing Dragon. We see this. We see Vel'Koz. This is basically, let's see. This is what we see.
I didn't want to go for it because I didn't want Gnar, Fiddlesticks to come.
But you just hit level 6, so that means Fiddlesticks is not level 6, right? So even if you power farm, because you've gotten 2 kills, you just got solo gold XP, so you're basically the highest level in the game. I don't think anybody else in the game is level 6. Or okay, Aurelia is, because she got a solo kill. So just because you got solo kill XP, there's no way that he's going to be level 6, so you're fine to get this plate. And also, you can just hug like left side of wall here and be fine too. You know what I mean? You're fine. We just want to get this plate and just be more aware of what's going on the map, because even if he does show up and he tries to kill us, for one, he's probably not going to kill us. He doesn't have enough damage, just like level 6. We're just going to walk away and be okay. And if he does, and we have to use teleport or anything like that, like we have teleport to get back to lane, especially with Dragon being taken, we're not going to need teleport for the next 5 minutes anyways, because there's nothing to really play for. Herald's going to be on our side of the map, and the only thing that we really have to play for teleporting is going away right now. So no matter what, it's worth it just to get this plate. This is good, making sure we're getting our vision here. I like this a lot, especially when you have a lead like this. You know, enemies probably going to be calling for help, So anytime that you have the extra time to miss a minion or two just to put wards down, super huge. Obviously, yellow wards don't actually need to be in the bush to do their job. As long as the enemy jungler doesn't have a dash and can't like get over the wall like right here without you being able to see it, this is a really good ward. It gives you a lot more time to actually react to the gank. And I like that we used our expensive ward here and not where it's going to be easily taken. This play's super greedy, by the way.
I saw him use all, so I thought there was a chance.
Yeah.
Either way, I pulled the wave back a bit.
And then we see Fiddlesticks really early, which is great. He's got no play. He doesn't even realize the ward is there either. You can see him all the way to here. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
This play, I would have loved to see a freeze. I would have loved to see you pull this backwards. Just to really cause this guy to be, like, stressed out. It would just... Because why not? You know, we have such a lead right now. We have our whip. Like, we can just grab... We can just grab these 4, this 5, and cut it down to 4, and then just walk it back and loop it back around. And now we have a perfect freeze, and we can look for a play, especially when we have ulti available and he doesn't have any flash. We can look for something off that. We're going to lose a little bit of HP, but you're drinking a potion currently, so you should be fine. Just to snag these 4, bring it around, have a hard freeze, because obviously our sweet spot is always right here. For Fiora, it's always right here, because then we have the whole wave to... They have to run away from you. So, I would definitely grab any type of freeze you can get when you have this big of a lead, just because you can punish so hard. This was a really good play here that you do in a second. This ward, I really liked it. So, being like critically thinking and understanding that Fiddle could be anywhere and you're like scared, I love that, because this completely ruins Fiddlestick's ability to play topside at all. Like this is he can't walk here, he can't walk in and surprise you. He can't come from river and surprise you, and he can't come from here and surprise you. So he has no gank at all when you have all these warded like this. Like, this is really, really great top lane vision. Like, amazing. It's like the Bermuda Triangle. It's great. And then we just play ping pong for a long time. Back and forth. We get lane prio, so we can do that. It's awesome. This rotation... Do you understand why you rotated like this?
To push Ari's wave in?
Well, yes, but you're... Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. In simple terms, that is true. Us going top lane to a freeze is just a huge X. It's just so useless, right? Because then I have to just catch his freeze. Now, when my mid laner is roaming down here, my jungler is roaming down here, mid lane is now wide open, and I can actually get anything I want out of this. So this forces him to break freeze. Like, when he sees you here, not only are you flowing with your team, you're creating a tempo, and you're breaking their tempo, right? So he wants to stop the bleeding. He wants to freeze. You come to mid lane, you push mid lane, you take away gold from Aurelia, and then you get gold for yourself here, and then you roam back to catch this wave here. Well, you teleport back, which is great as well. But you're creating the tempo, and you're messing with what he wants to do, which is try to get back into the game. So we're basically just flowing with our team here. And that's what makes it such a good play.
Try to do that more often.
So the second that he sees... He starts pushing it. So he breaks freeze right when he sees you mid. But you have teleport, so it doesn't even matter. I got a free 175 gold. Boom. Massive. Excel my lead even further and just teleport right to top lane. This guy doesn't even get a plate out of it. He's got no... What can he do? He's got no tempo to play with. He's like, if I freeze, then she leaves the lane and she goes and helps their team. And then if I don't, I can't even get a plate. This guy's just micromanaging me. Like, with his teleports or summoners, he's got me beat. But I was just making sure we understand why. It's just a flow thing. Yeah. Like, if you're able to do it because you're taking a reset and then the flow was happening and then you kind of just flow with the map, right? You just flow with it. We reset because we saw Fiddlesticks. Now we have Stride. We're looking really nice. Now, this play, I just think we went a little fast. I think we probably could have made it happen. I just think we were kind of like, F it, let's do it. Because we had to hit the Q there. You know what I mean? If we could hit the Q, we could go for it. I do think that you could honestly dive him. I do think you could just slide parry on his face and finish the kill. But that's up for you to decide because you have your shutdown's only 150. It's still a really risky play to make. I do think you get the kill, but I think we were just a little bit slower walking into it. Or even just a little bit like, what if we came from here? You still have a control ward here.
Yeah.
You could just walk down and be a little bit patient with it and come from behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see.
I'm pretty sure this turns into like 5 minutes of ping pong. I don't think there's anything to talk about here. This is just whatever. A few plays we try to make. A few trades, trading back and forth. Nothing out of the ordinary. Blah, blah, blah. We're just vibing, making sure we're getting all of our CS, which we were getting our CS, which was good to see. So this is just like understanding why this is a good reset timer. I just want to like point it out really quick. Why is it a good reset timer? Because the wave is so far away, the next one. So he clears the wave really fast, and even if he decided to stay, for one, cannon wave. For two, it's all the way back here. So we clear this really fast, and we would just get back. Like any time that you can get back before the wave is like all the way past this 2 tier is a good reset, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we are a little slow on it, but it's also a cannon wave, so it's impossible for him to clear it fast enough. So, but anytime that you can clear a wave, if somebody clears it super fast and you're able to clear it before it hits here, that's a good reset timer. That's your opportunity to get back out of there. This was good. Nice aggressive play. Just go in for it. I like to see it. All right. Walk me through your thought process here.
So I'm pretty sure Thresh is the hook here. Then right after Ari hits a charm. So I took that time to just I would just went straight in, try to hit the ult on Aurelia, which we still CC'd.
Mm-hmm.
And I die for it. Because Vel'Koz hits that ult, does a lot of damage. And you underestimated that damage.
The thing is, I think we take a little bit of control here, only because we know where. So let's look at our vision again, right? Because we saw Fiddlesticks.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's gotta be the leader here. When we see Fiddle walk here, we saw him on minimap, so we know that he's in this area, and he might be going for a steal. I tell you what, if this ain't the best gosh darn Fiddlesticks ult ever right here, I don't know what is, right? Somebody just has to be the leader and ping off and say no. Say no. Because this guy doesn't want to fight. He's got no mana. He's in here. Even if we hit this hook into charm, we don't know where Fiddlesticks is right somewhere in this area with ulti. Mm-hmm. And then he's got ulti as well. I don't see this play as worth it. This looks like a 1 step forward, 2 steps back play to me. Like, that's great. You hit the hook. All right, ping off. Let's get out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Also, making like macro decisions like that in like being a leader for your team is going to help you climb as well, knowing that you're right in this play and saying, hey, no. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see.
But it's really easy. It's really easy to tunnel vision when you see, you know, oh, hook, oh, charm. Yep, I'm all in. And then we forget about the Fiddlesticks we just saw 6 seconds ago. You know what I mean? It's really easy to do that. So I understand. But making those plays and thinking like that and being like, no, thank you. And like letting your team know, no, thank you is huge. Like being able to identify what's not a good play. So obviously in this play, we know that our win con is dragon, 100% win con. So we make our way down. This is good. This guy is just, don't know what he's doing here at all. I think that guy's just inting. Don't really know. Love that. Love that for us. So we get dragon. I would have loved to see control ward over the wall. Just because. I mean, it's fine right here though. But somebody else put one over the wall, so it doesn't really matter, to be honest. But I just want to see vision over the wall, and we have vision over the wall, so that's great. So we go bot lane immediately because we want to, you know, cut down lines of defense. We already have this available. Mid tower 1 is up, and we have our whole team basically full HP, and they're going to try to make this play right now. So what we're doing here is just breaking down lines of defense. Since we have pressure on mid lane, we're able to go for this. And then right after this, we don't want to be too greedy, and we want to go for the top tower first, because it's a less risky play. It takes a little bit more time, but it's the more proper way to play the game. It's just slowing it down a little bit, playing the game at like whatever pace you want to play it at. And obviously, like if we were to have like a big shutdown right now and we go for this next tower, even with 2 or 3 dead on enemy team, we could be risking giving up that shutdown. And depending on who you're giving that to, that could throw your game entirely, right? So this is a good split here. And then I was okay with this if we went for the slide parry on the knock up. But I still probably would have told you to back off. Actually, no, if you got that kill, I would have told you to go for it. But this is fine, right? We just got to understand what we're doing. It's just nice to see that we are like actually leaving and going for the next play, which is going for this tower. The only thing that I could say is to make sure that we just maximize gold income, especially at this point when we have 2 items. It's just too easy to get gold. I would have loved to see you take these and then walk up to Krugs and grab the Krugs as well, just to continuously bring in gold, bring in gold, bring in gold. You know what I mean? Just take the 10 seconds to do that real quick. So what I do in a lot of times like this, when just not sure like where enemy is, you can always take a little gander, take a little peek, go inside the jungle and just see what's going on. You know, like just make sure you're safe, like hugging walls so that you can queue over if you catch somebody, like whatever it may be. Just like a little lap around just to see. But obviously, you know, you can also just stand right here. You can just stand in this spot and just wait until you see something. Because at this point, there's no reason to like panic or make any like bad decisions. Sometimes just standing there is super good. Just waiting out of vision, just waiting until you see somebody, and then right when you do, boom, we go as fast as we can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this was fine. We were just taking a little.
What I would usually do in the spot is I would just keep pushing the wave, like slamming into the turret, and just keep walking back. And just have them like try to come to me.
But this is
something elsewhere.
But it's better to wait because, okay. So not only are you like waiting, building up this wave to see if somebody's going to get baited into it and you're standing out of vision. So they might come and try to get this wave and then you can go for a kill, right? Or you could be sitting in this bush where you're at right now. Somebody goes for the wave. Not only are you doing that, but you're waiting for this wave to hit as well, to build a bigger wave that you can push into the tower, right? Yeah. So taking this, slamming this, it just messes up the tempo of the split. So if you were to just go for this wave immediately, then you're going to mess up your own tempo. Keeping it like this and waiting for this next wave to hit so you have double wave push, much better. Much better. And also you're kind of fishing right now. You're just fishing for somebody to come and try to farm this or push this out. So in this situation where it's like kind of even minions and you know that one more wave is coming +1 for you and the other wave is push, so this is gonna push into them obviously when this next wave hits. It's really good just to wait, just start fishing, bro. You need to sit here and just relax, kick your feet up, you know, sit there and wait and see if anybody takes the bait. And then once the second wave gets there, it's a little bit more protection, a little bit harder for certain people to clear, and then it's much easier to go for the split. I like this aggressive play here. It's a little bit close, but we get it. A little scary, but that's all right. I still respect it. So the only gripe I have on this play is just like, is it worth it? Now, in this situation, I'd say it's fine. I'd say it's fine to do what you did here. But I would say if your gold, if your shutdown is like 500 or 700 in this situation, I'd say it's very much not worth it. You know what I mean? So really, the note that I put there is just like, make sure you're aware of how much your shutdown is before you go for like a really high risk play. Because giving 1,000 gold to like Jin, probably not a really good idea, right? Now, you know, we die and we give him 200. I mean, that sucks, but like whatever, we just went for the play. Clearly the best play is just to take the tower and leave, right? I'm just saying in like risky plays, like think about the consequences of if you do mess it up. Make sure you think about that. Make sure you identify like how much gold I'm about to give up. Like what's going to happen if I screw this up? So just make sure you're aware. You know what I mean? Because even after you get this kill, what do you even do after you get the kill? You can't get this. Then Vel'Koz just comes and kites you away. You know what I mean? So it's just knowing what's worth it and what's not. Because a lot of times, a lot of people will like do really well in early mid. And then when it gets to late game, they just get way too cocky. And they just start ego checking people. And that's how they throw games. Like me. I do that all the time. I think the last thing we'll look at here is just a little bit of indecisiveness. So understanding like when your play is done, like what, okay. So we get these kills, it's great. Boom, we win this fight, awesome, lovely. But being able to make the decision on what your next play is faster. So like this hits you, my play's done. My HP's gone, my play's over. So being able to make a decision quickly. What do I do right now? What do I do? What do I do? Dragon's about to come up. They got 2 people here to defend. My team's pushing. They don't need me. I've got no HP anyways. Don't want to give them a free kill. I just go get Dragon instead of like this whole back and forth because you're scared to like, if you get hit by anything, you die. So why even stay? Let's just go get Dragon and do something for our team, because it's like you're creating a little bit of insurance, right? So imagine your team does mess this up, and like you didn't do anything anyways for this, right? You didn't do anything for this 3v2. If they mess this up and they die, guess what? At least you get soul. At least they don't get an actual opportunity to come back into the game because you made a decision 15 seconds ago that you're going to go solo this. You have enough life still to kill this thing on your own. It might take a little bit of time, but it's completely fine. So just creating like a safety net for your team, essentially, right? Then we got a nice little flank here. We got our HP back up. We got a nice little flank to end the game, and we love to see it. And then we just have a little bit of fun. Nice job playing the vitals in the late game, being patient, understanding that vitals are massive damage and worth a lot more than just auto attacking. And that's game over. But even though you went 9-2, there was still a lot to talk about, right?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Well, sheesh, that was a good session, actually. That was not bad at all.
All right, thanks.
Well, brother, you're peaking right now, right?
Yeah.
Is this peak? So every win...
No, I was D2 like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago? All right.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm ready to see it then. I'm ready to see the climb. So make sure to keep me updated, man. I'm excited for you.
All right.
Good session, brother.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Good luck out there, man.